thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. This is the project we're making today. This is week number 10 of the 12 weeks of Halloween. Isn't it so cute? Okay, the supplies you're going to need. Basic black cardstock that measures 4.5 by 7.5, and then another piece of basic black that measures 4.5 by 3. So this is your box, and this is your lid. Then we've got Pick a Pattern Designer Series paper. This is in the annual catalog, so it's not in the holiday catalog. This piece measures 2.25 by 3.25, and this one measures 8 inches by 3/4. And this is just going to be the belly band around the lid of our box. And then we've got the white pieces here. This is 1 3/4 by 1 7/8. I have 2 just in case I mess up. So that's for Miss Bella. And then the greeting up here for the Happy Halloween, that is 5/8 by 1 3/4. I got 2 of those in case I mess up. And then I have a piece of scrap for the little, I don't know if that's a raven or a crow. I think it's a raven. We'll call it a bird. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to get out the Simply Scored scoring tool. We're going to place it on the 7.5 inch side first, which I call that the landscape side. And we're going to score it at 2.5, 3.5, 6, and 7. We're going to turn it on the portrait side, which is the 4.5 inch side, and we're going to score it at 1 inch. And that's it on the portrait side. Then we're going to take the 4.5 by 3 piece, and we're going to score it on 1 inch on all 4 sides. Okay, so we'll start with the box, and I'm going to fold on the score lines. I swear every time I turn on my camera, somebody starts their lawnmower, and it's in the middle of the day. What is this day? I don't even know. I've got my scissors here. So I'm going to cut up to the score line here, 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 and here. And then I'm going to remove this little piece right here. And then I'm going to angle cut that. Okay? So you can see we're going to fold this over, and that's going to be the back. Okay? Now let's do the lid. So same thing, just going to fold it on the score lines. And then I'm going to cut. Now, I'm doing this a little bit different. Sometimes I cut up to the score line when I have it in the landscape side. I'm actually going to do it on the portrait side, and I'll explain why in just a minute once I get them cut, okay? So I'm going to do this on both sides. Now I'm going to give these just a slight trim, just so it makes it just a little bit easier to assemble. Only the center piece, okay? Not the ones on the side. Now, so this is going to fold in like that. This is going to fold over, and this is going to fold over. So now, by cutting it on the portrait ends, you don't see the cut line. There's probably a better word for that, but anyhow, that's what I'm calling it. So I'm going to get out my tear and tape. I'm still looking out the window trying to figure out who the culprit is. Who's mowing? I normally assemble the box first, but since I had the lid in my hand, we're starting with the lid. Okay, so I'm going to fold the first one over. And then now we need to put adhesive on this one, right? So I should have put them on the 2 pieces. Oh well. I'm going to blame the lawnmower. Okay. Now if you'll notice it doesn't go all the way, it's okay because we're going to be using the belly band. Come back here. My adhesive went over just a tad. So the belly band's going to cover up the fact that it doesn't go all the way to the end. Okay. Now, since we've got this in our hand, let's just go ahead and do that. So I'm going to start with our belly band in the front. And then I'm trying to center it, but it's technically not the easiest thing to do. It's like the polka dots make you, and they're not really polka dots, the dots. They make my vision kind of wonky. Y'all know what I mean, right? And I'm getting kind of wordy. Okay. One more score line and then we will be done, and we can just add our adhesive. Okay. I just want to make sure that it's working before I add the adhesive. Yep. Okay. So the only place I'm going to put adhesive is right there. Now you could actually, well, actually I take it back. I'm going to add it here too. Because if I don't, then it actually won't stick. It'll slide on and off. Okay. There we go. Okay, the lid. This part's easy. Well, the lid wasn't hard. I just kind of got mixed up a little bit. Okay, fold this over. So that's going to be the back of our box. This is going to be the front of our box. So I'm going to put my tear and tape here. Okay, this is the front. I'm going to take my Designer Series paper, add it right to the front. You could decorate the back. I'm not going to. I'm going to save my paper. So now let's stamp. Oh, let me show you the box. Voila! And look, it's so awesome. You might actually want to decorate the back. I'm saving my paper because this is my favorite pattern in that pack of paper. Okay, so we're going to stamp Miss Bella. And hopefully I'm going to get it on the first. That's the only thing I wish about this stamp set, is that it was photopolymer, because then you could see exactly where to stamp her. But got it. Yay! Now we're going to stamp. We'll let her dry for a second. And we're going to stamp the greeting, also using Memento ink. Now this stamp set, I don't think I told you the stamp sets. So I'll rewind for just a second and show you the stamp sets. So Miss Bella, of course, is in the Bella and Friends stamp set. And Season to Sparkle is the Raven or Crow and the greeting, the Happy Halloween. Told y'all I was going to be using this for the greeting. I tried to use the spider. It didn't look good with Miss Bella, but we got a couple more projects to make, so we'll see if we can pull that off. I don't know. No promises. Okay, so now we're going to stamp the bird / raven or crow. I'm using basic gray ink. And we're going to set that thing aside, and let it dry. And meanwhile, we're going to color Miss Bella. So I'm using the Stampin' Blands, like I said in my other video. November 1st, you can get them all. These are Smoky Slate. This is Rich Razzleberry. This is the Color Lifter. These are going to be either $4.50 a marker or 2 for $9. And there's, how many colors? 12? I don't know. Y'all seen the case before. Anyway, you can buy the whole collection along with a really awesome kit. So all the details will be posted on my website on November 1st, okay? I'm going to get back to my Halloween project here. I wanted to use something different other than the Spooky Night paper, so I thought I'll use Miss Bella with the pick a pattern paper. That would be a good choice. I'm just kind of adding a little bit of the darker color. It's called Dark Smoky Slate. Now I'm going to use the light Smoky Slate and just color this in. No fancy ways, just coloring. Everybody can be successful with these markers. I've always said that with the Stampin' Right markers, I've struggled. Depending on the image, I can have success with smaller images, but not larger images. So you've not seen me color Miss Bella with the Stampin' Right marker, but she's beautiful. And this time she's gray, even though that's not really her color, but okay, now that I've colored her in, I'm just going to take the color lifter and I'm just going to pull out some of that color. So I'm just going to go in a circular motion and just lift out some of the color. And it takes about a minute for it to kind of show up. So while that's doing that, while it's doing the magic, I'm going to color her collar with the Rich Razzleberry Stampin' Blend marker. And then for the little heart on her collar, I'm going to use the Bright Enamel Shapes. It's shifting on me. Okay, there's that. Now we can take the I'm calling it a raven. And I'm just going to fussy cut it with my paper snips. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my fingers and it's just like, holy cow, I've got ink all over me. My assistant Leslie was here today and we were making cards. And I've got Cajun craze and crushed curry and all kinds of colors. Now we're going to turn that over and put a little mini Stampin' Dimensional on the back. Oh, and you know what? Actually, we want to add this to the box because now that we've got that enamel shape on there. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this over and put some snail on the back and add it right here in the center. And then we're going to take the Happy Halloween and center it up here. And then add this bird. Okay, so what do you think? Cute, isn't it? Have a great day. Thanks a lot. Bye.